We're not calling heaven the promised land. We're calling inheriting the promises of God now the promised land. God is raising up men who have no desire to cover up their sin, who have no desire to cover up their shortcoming. They just desire to bring all of that into the presence of the Lord and see what God will do with it. When you come to Him, bring it all. Somebody said, but the Lord said, I can't ascend to the hill of the Lord. You come stand at the bottom of the hill and worship God with everything you have. Your warts, your lack of integrity if you have it, your anger issues, your inferiorities, your insecurities. Don't you let any of those things keep you from worshiping the Lord. If you can't worship on the holy hill, you worship at the bottom of the holy hill. And you say, here I am, Lord, with all my failures, with all my sin, with all my unbelief, with all my hang-ups, with all my slacknesses. But I'm here to worship you and to call you holy and to call you God sovereign, God sovereign, God supreme, the only true living God. Not three pieces of pie trying to function as one, but one God functioning in three divine offices and many more expressions of who He is in the everyday life of the believer. He's not looking for subjects. He's looking for servants. And there is a difference. A subject will obey because his very life and sustenance depends on obeying the edict of the king. But a servant, a real son who chooses to be a servant, he doesn't worship in fear. He doesn't approach God afraid. He approaches God with boldness, knowing that there's a more perfect sacrifice that's crying out on his behalf. You stand at the bottom of the hill and worship if that's all you can do until God cleanses your hand and purifies your heart. And then you do like the scripture said, get up. Don't stand at the bottom of the hill at Kadesh Barnea forever. There's a promised land that we're supposed to take right now, right here and now. We're not calling heaven the promised land. We're calling inheriting the promises of God now the promised land.